It's been a while since we made a video. Me and my wife's been prepping for Hawaii for about 2 weeks. We had to pack bags and stuff, and then we stayed for about a week. Did a little bit of salt fishing. Uh, wasn't allowed to take my fishing gear because the guy that we had rented all the stuff from and was showing us certain places in Hawaii to fish. He didn't allow videotaping, I guess because of his certain selections on places to fish and stuff. So I didn't get to do a video of saltwater fishing, but I'm gonna tell you, my wife wore me out. I didn't catch nothing. She caught about 3 or 4 whitefish. She was happy. Well, they say, happy wife, happy life. So I was happy for her. At least somebody caught something. But moving on to the title of the day, I'm going to talk about circle hooks. I see a lot of guys on catfishing sites talking about circle hooks suck. They can't get a good load. Well, I'm going to explain the simple tactics of using a circle hook today and the way I fish a circle hook. First of all, you got to know how to tie a circle hook. Me, myself, I start with the leader first. You want usually about a foot and a half of line. Alright. When you fish a circle hook, you got to know the proper way to tie it. You want to go down through the front of the shank. Easiest way I learned how to tie a circle hook is without anything on it first. Buddy showed me how to do this. You just wrap it around the shank about 5, 6, 8 times. That's really a preference. And then when you got a hold of that tag line, take the tag line that's not tied and run it up through the back. This gives a proper snell. You want to pull that to where it's really, really tight. Alright, see that leader is up and under all that. That keeps it from moving. See how it's hanging? When that fish grabs that in his mouth, it kicks sideways. And when he takes it, you want to trim that tag line off. That's an easy way how to snell a circle hook. Now, I don't use rod holders or keep my circle hook stationary. I run a bait clicker. These bait clickers, when you throw them out there and they take off, I'm going to explain this as the simplest way I can. You do not jerk a circle hook, because if you jerk it, it's going to just pop out of his mouth. It needs to have a place when it barely hooks. It has to be hooked on pressure. That means the rod tip has to move a little bit down. When you see that rod tip move down, just engage your clicker and lift up. But he has to be running and put pressure on that rod. When you lift up, it's going to set. With him running hard, it's going to have, it engages pressure and puts that circle hook the rest of the way in his mouth. Now, a lot of people use J hooks. I don't mind using J hooks sometimes. They have their place where they have them. I don't mind using circle hooks. I'm very versatile with circle hooks. But let me explain this again. If there's no pressure on the rod when you lift it, you're not going to get that fish. Now, stationary, sometimes I fish piers. If that line is not tight when you're somewhere fishing, that hook is not going to set in that fish. Because like I said before, you have to have pressure on that circle hook before it's going to set or get in the jaw of that fish. If it's stationary and you see the rod tip go down, just reel. That's all you got to do. Reel till you feel it, the hook engage and the fish is on and the rod bends, then you got him. Simple things with circle hooks, they set themselves. But you always want to look at your circle hook. Sometimes I like to put an offset on them a little bit more. Just take a pair of pliers and bend it over to the left or right, whatever you're comfortable with. And that offset is going to catch a little bit better. Now, some people don't like to offset them because they say it increases that weak point on the hook. But I've seen Catfish Dave offset his hooks. He's landed big fish. I have seen Deidre Milhorn offset his hooks. He also catches some pretty good fish. Another person that offsets their hooks all the time is the guy from Monster Rod Holder. If you've seen any of his videos, he offsets a hook relatively a deep offset. And he catches some monster fish. So, I guess it's really the quality of your hook when you offset it. Now, I don't use stainless steel hooks because I've had some stainless steel hooks straighten out. I prefer a really hard, if you have to bend that hook and it takes a substantial amount of force to bend that hook, it's a strong hook. Now, I've used Mustad hooks. I've used hooks off on eBay. It's really just a preference. But another thing you want to look at when using circle hooks is make sure your tip ain't bent. If that tip's bent, it's not going to get a good offset. It's not going to get a good hook set. But, like I said, I fish on the bank a lot of times with a clicker with circle hooks. But, like I said, when you engage that clicker and you turn that clicker off and you feel pressure on your rod, that's when you lift up. Do not jerk it, just lift. I hope everybody is catching some good fall fish. I hope this little information on circle hooks helps you. Till again, this is Hack to Fish, and I'm out.